today was one of those days where it makes you question all sorts of things. Today we did the electric fence. Can you see all the little clampy, I forget what they're called, clampy thingies? That's probably the technical term. So, okay, where to start? So, I guess we'll go back to Friday. Friday we had a play date. This'll all come together, trust me. Friday we had a play date with other 3-year-olds who live up here in the mountains. And one of the dads of one of the 3-year-olds, we were talking about, we were getting to know each other, and he mentions that, I was talking about the chicken coop and what all we're doing in the chicken coop. And we get to the part where I'm like, yeah, this weekend we're going to do electric fence. And wouldn't you know it, he's from Oklahoma. He's had livestock. He's had horses. He knows electric fence. And he's like, if you have any problem, you call me. And I'm thinking to myself, that's good to know and that's nice of him. But we got this for sure. The classic face, right? We got this. So we come outside. We get the kids out. We're sitting here. We're looking at the box. We're looking at the instructions. We're looking at, because I spent all of Thursday on YouTube watching videos, figuring out how electric fences work. I'm like, I got it all up here. We'll get this going. But it's like, I don't even... So the first thing we did, and this was easy. So that's the energizer, right? So that's where the electricity, it's a solar powered one. So it collects from the sun. And I use my fancy spancy watch, which got a compass on it. What's got a compass on it? Oh, the chickens are out too. Isn't that fun? They're getting big, 5 weeks old. So, because my watch has got a compass, it's like, you got to face it south because that's where the sun, when you're in the northern hemisphere, the sun in the winter, you go that way. So you want to point it that way. And so that's what we did. We pointed it that way. So all we had to do was drive a T-post in, put that on there, and it was like, this is going great. This is going so smooth. Next, so on the Thursday, I learned all about grounding rods. And like how the electrical circuit completes itself, because you touch like the live wire, shout out Motley Crue, you touch the live wire, and then your feet are touching the ground, which goes to the grounding rods, and then it goes to a wire that goes to here, and that completes the circuit, and you get zapped. Okay? I learned a thing or two about a thing or two. But, so I know the next thing we got to do is start putting in grounding rods, right? So these things were like 6 feet tall, and I got it in, because like we live in the Rockies, it's rocky in the Rockies. So... got those in. Those are like 6 feet tall. I got each one of them in about 2.5-ish feet, which I feel like is pretty good, because I think you need them to be like, for each joule of energy, you want 3 feet. See what I learned? You want 3 feet of grounding rod in the ground. And so if I was able to get each one of them about 2.5, 3-ish feet, like we're good. And you want them to be at least 10 feet apart. So we have one there, one over there, and one behind here. This one is the ugliest one. See the bucket? Yeah. I think it'd be kind of... Yeah. I got it in pretty deep, but it's a kind of a hazard because it's like kind of rebar sitting there. If you play video games, remember when there was just a spurt of video games where everybody was falling on rebar, like Joel from The Last of Us and the Tomb Raider, everybody was falling on rebar. So these big things sticking out of the ground, I'm like, that's a hazard. So I thought it'd be fun if we put like steel buckets on them. We could paint a little face. That'd be fun. Fun little project. And so anyway, we get those into the ground, and then we're looking at like, how do you connect these together? And how do you even start? Because, doesn't it all make sense now? Oop, wrong way. Now that you can see all the wires go, can't see anything. Where's the camera? There it is. Now that you can see all the wires going crisscrossing this way and applesauce in that way, it all makes so much sense. So easy. But when you're sitting here and you just have all the stuff in your lap, me missus is looking at like a YouTube video. I'm sitting there. And I tell you, it's like trying to teach a baboon algebra. The two of us are just sitting there like looking at videos, looking at the fence, looking at the wire, and it's, I don't know. And I was like, yo, we could call Jeb up. And I think we should. So we did. He came right over, and he immediately, he starts, and I told him this too. I was like, it's like you're Obi-Wan Kenobi and you're explaining the Force to me, and I'm kind of like, no, you can't move rocks with your mind. You just can't do it. But he's like, no. So what you're going to do, but you go here, you go here. The couple of things that were messing me up is like, how does the ground get to the terminal? But he explained that. We just don't have the right wire. I thought we did, but we don't. So we're going to have to go by that. And then the other thing that I did not even know. Dude, my missus, she's not being the camera lady today, so it's all me. It's all me. But look, you get to see more of this. So the other thing that was making me like, my brain just got stuck in a tar pit was like, how... the spring gates. So this is a spring gate, right? So the way that works is the electric fence, you know, it goes this way, it goes that way. And then you want to get through this door, right? Without getting zapped. So look at this, dude. You just do like that. Look, and then you can go through. And apparently this is going to be electric once it's all plugged in. This will be like, it'll zap you. Because I was also thinking like, well, so let's say like a bear comes up, right? And it's just like, I just push through here. But apparently, because the wire attaches here and here, this should all be like, it'll zap you too. And I was like, that's genius. These farmers have been figuring some stuff out. They know what they're doing. So anyway, that's pretty cool. But so we started working on that. And Jeb was just kind of like, you just point me in the, like, what you want me to do and like, let me know. And I'm just like, we don't even know what we're doing. So he starts coming down this way. Like he starts going down this way. And I'm going down that other way that goes by the Energizer, that way. And I just keep poking my head around being there's like cheating off of his math test or something. Just like, how's he doing that? Because like there's different things that he did that I didn't do, that he did because he's done this before and he knows what he's doing. So check this out. So he put these two guys super close to each other so that they can go around the corner, right? And you're probably thinking to yourself, duh, how else would you do it? And I'll show you how else you could do it. I'll show you the way I did it. So I am so sick of splitting wood. Every time I put a screw in, I'm splitting wood left and right, and I'm sick of it. So I wanted to make sure I put them like nice and far in, right? So that they don't like split the wood here, because I don't want to be messing with this here chicken coop. And so what that did was made it so that there is about a centimeter in between these two things. And it was worse. So see see, this is how I fixed it. I found these because the people are doing the deck, right? And so I found a couple of these and I was like, well, if I stack these on top of each other, that'll lift it up. I thought that's pretty genius. Doesn't look great, but no one's going to notice but me. But anyway, so that is why, I have to put this screw in further. Oopsie doopsie. But anyway, so that's why he was putting them so close to the edges. And I was like, that's smart. Because as I put this wire up and it was touching there, I was like, me and me misses. So, you know, like a pinball machine, it like if you try to, you wiggle it or you jiggle it, it just says tilt and it freezes up and you can't do anything because the whole thing freezes and the ball just goes to the bottom. So it's not like we made the term up, but we call it like, you know, we tilted. But then saying that has been abbreviated to just nerrt. Good episode title, nerrt. But we got it up, man. We got all of them up. We don't have the ground going yet, and that's why I'm touching it like crazy. It's not plugged in. I just have super... I've been electrocuted a couple times. It don't mean nothing to me. But yeah, so we have to get the ground wire going. Let's see if I can find some chickens. There's some chickens. We'll get the ground wire tomorrow. We're going to have to go to Murdoch's. We're going to get some things. Well, I don't need to tell you my shopping list. But anyway, dude, it was a beast of a day. Long day. But, dude, it's coming together. Like I always say, it looks amazing from 30 feet out. I'll show you what I mean. See, I hit that. Almost got impaled on that rebar. But see, dude, from 30 feet out? Come on. Not bad. Not that bad. Anyway, until next time.